to a simpler world, because we're everyday people. We are all not cybersecurity researchers. We go to work, we write stories. I'm in corporate comms, that's my world. I want to share a true story, sort of a follow-up to what Nushin just presented. This was a friend of mine. He was holidaying in Bali, Indonesia, and he was chatting with someone online. And when you're on holiday, when you're alone, you know, you sometimes want some company. So he was chatting with someone online. And the person on the other line, it's a social media dating app, I'm not too sure, Tinder, OkCupid, whatever tickles your fancy, replied him and said, oh, you're in Bali, you're having a good time, okay, let's meet up, let's have some dinner. And they went to have dinner, they had a good time, went back into his hotel room, and he said, excuse me, let me just go to the washroom for a little while, I'll see you in a few minutes. So my friend goes to the washroom, and he said, would you like to take your shoes off? And this person said, oh no, I'm comfortable with my shoes on. So my friend went to the washroom, my friend came back out. On the table, he had left his wallet, his handphone, and I don't think he left his passport because he made the flight back home. So wallet and handphone, and the door was open, and this person who he had chatted with online had taken his essentials and took off. And the reason he kept his shoes on was because he knew at some point of the evening, someone was going to go to the washroom, and that was his chance to take the stuff quickly and run out the door. Everyday normal people, forget spy activity, guys. Everyday normal people, if they're desperate for your information, if they're desperate for money, they can just go on a simple app, a dating app. And this is a real life story, so I hope that with personal information, with domain names, we practice a little bit more safety online in our everyday lives. Please share this with your friends and family. Coming up next, we have our next speaker. He's our only guest speaker for our annual cybersecurity event this year. He's a good friend of Kyoung-Ju, actually, from Great Korea. You guys who used to work together? Yeah, we used to work together, and you're also friends. Mr. Kyoung-Ju Kwak is here with us today. He is a security researcher, computer emergency analysis team at the Korean Financial Security Institution. He's going to be sharing a lot with you on financial institutions. Let's give him a warm welcome, everyone.
Can I have a switch on the page? Okay, thanks. Okay, thanks for inviting me here, and thanks for sharing your time today. I'm really happy to be here, and as you know, today I'm going to tell you about campaign rifle. This is the intelligence report published by my company in this year, maybe 2 months ago. Okay, from several years ago, an APT group we call Andariel keep trying to infiltrate and steal information from South Korea government and also other companies such as media, medical, and heavy industry, and so on. Many companies are compromised by this threat actor. And so this campaign is very dangerous to South Korea, but also I think this threat actor can attack other countries as well. I hope this talk gives you an insight on your work. Okay, let me start off by introducing myself. Okay, my name is Kyoung-Ju Kwak, and Kwak is my family name. And also you can just call me KJ, it would be easier for you. Well, I'm working for a threat analysis team in Financial Security Institute in South Korea, and I analyze malwares, vulnerabilities, and investigate incidents in only financial sector, not another sector, only financial sector in South Korea. Actually, my company, FSI, covers almost 200 financial companies. And actually, we also installed network monitoring devices on these financial companies, and so we can analyze traffic. And also, I'm a member of National Police Agency Cybercrime and Threat Intelligence Advisory Committee, and highlighted total as shown in slide. Okay, now let's flick through today's agenda. First, I will start with introduction to explain why I did profile this group. And then I'm going to tell you the several threat actors related to this campaign rifle. And then also I'm going to tell you about campaign rifle and several operations related to this campaign rifle. And then I think this is the most important part for this today's talk. And I'm going to tell you how I analyze the relationships between several operations with TTP profiling and malware profiling. And lastly, conclusion. Let's start with introduction. Then why we profile threat actor or malwares. Sorry? Okay. Okay. Sorry. Okay. We can find hidden story, I think. We can find hidden story beyond the assembly code. And also we can have insight for incidents. And also we can do risk assessment. From this, we can predict hidden attacks with previous profiling data. Also, we can share important data and discuss with other agencies and also private companies. And there are several threat actors which is related to rifle campaign. First one is Lazarus. It's very famous. Everybody knows this threat actor. Okay. According to Operation Blockbuster report, Lazarus attacks in South Korea, such as 7/7 or 3/4 DDoS attack, and 320 Cyber Dark Soul. Also, some part explained about Dark Soul very well in the previous section, so I will not talk more about this. And in April 2017, there is one threat actor, which name is Blue North, and Kaspersky Lab named the following incidents related threat groups as Blue North and released a profiling report, such as Bangladesh Central Bank heist, infringement of the website of the Police Financial Supervisory Authority. And in 2017, it's very interesting. We started to observe the Blue North activity in South Korea. Early of 2017, the South Korean major bank A internal network was penetrated, and another major bank B's web dev server was also hacked. And also in 2017, Bitcoin and Swift service-related companies were attacked by this group. Because we investigated these servers, compromised servers, and we found several malwares, and each code similarity, code is very similar to manuscript. It's the name of toolset of Blue North. And lastly, these days, also this group continuously attack Korea financial sector by using HWP malware. Its payload is also similar to manuscript. Okay, next one is Andariel. This one is today's main threat actor. As you know, Lazarus is the viable motive character of game Diablo, and also Andariel is a Diablo character. And we use this name to indicate its association with Lazarus. Interesting part is this threat actor only attack South Korea. I've never seen this group attack other countries, only South Korea. They use only South Korean security solution vulnerability. Yeah. They have attacked many companies since 2015. They are a kind of zero-day factory. They researched very hard, and they found many zero-day vulnerability from South Korea security solution. Now I'm going to tell you campaign rifle. And we firstly identified this campaign in February 2016. We found some malware which abused Company I code signing certificate. And Company I is a very important company in South Korea. Maybe almost every South Korea people use this solution developed by this company. At that time, we found some specific PDB path string, and it contains rifle, string rifle, word rifle. And so from this, we started to call this malware as rifle or rifle campaign or something like that. And after gathering about 50 variants of malware, and then we analyzed relationships. And finally, we discovered relationships with ADEX, spear phishing attack. ADEX stands for Seoul International Aerospace and Defense Exhibition. This attack performed in November 2015. Each code is also similar with rifle malware. And also in February 2016, we also found similarity with malwares disguised as DRM solution. Since then, we integrated several operations which have similarity as rifle campaign. Okay, now here are 8 operations related to campaign rifle. 320 Cyber, also known as Dark Soul, is very famous and also is mentioned by some part in the previous session. It was very sensational incident in South Korea. At the same time, precisely 20th March 2013, at the same time, lots of PCs were shut down at the same time, maybe 2 p.m. I think. And next one is Jeddah, just reverse order of ADEX, which I mentioned before in the previous slide. It was a spear phishing attack against military defense companies. And in Detroit, the Company I's code signing certificate was abused by hackers. And bootstrap operation is hacked into the many conglomerates in South Korea. And Desert Roof is the most sensational incident in South Korea as well. Ministry of National Defense was hacked by Andariel, and lots of confidential documents such as military operation plan, like this, something like that, it was leaked. And flagship is also the military defense related incident, but actually it is confidential so far, so I cannot tell you more in detail today. And the most recent incident is number 7 and number 8. Panic A10 is related to ATM hacking. And Maiden is the labor union's website of major banks in South Korea was hacked, and it is used as watering hole attack. Now I'm going to show you a news clip about post-threat operation.
North Korea has hacked into South Korean computers, taking over 40,000 documents, some of which contain military information. Officials say there is evidence the North was planning to conduct a large-scale cyber attack. For more on this, we connect with our Kyung-Bin, who's on the line for us at the Ministry of National Defense in Seoul. Kyung-Bin, what's the latest?
Well, on South Korea's National Police Agency said Monday, North Korea hacked into a software program used to manage computer networks in South Korea. It said over 42,000 documents from around 160 conglomerates and government agencies were leaked in the hacking, which happened in February. The leaked data includes data on military communication networks and design drawings for the U.S. F-15 fighter jet wings. However, the police said that no crucial information, such as blueprints for aviation engines or military secrets, was leaked. The internet address was traced to Ryongdong Hotel in Pyongyang, the exact location used for a 2013 cyber attack on South Korean broadcasting stations and banks. The management network was made by a civilian company, and it linked all computers in the network, making it possible for the hackers to erase and update the software. The police also said that North Korea was preparing for a large-scale cyber attack with over 140,000 hacked computers. And that's all for now, but I have more updates in the later newscast. Back to you, Tom.
We firstly identified Andariel's activity for a ghost threat operation at January 2016. They scanned, Andariel scanned vulnerable reports against about 70 financial companies, and each scan source IP was the same as Jeddah Operation C2 Server and Unitroy Operations C2 Server IP. And the vulnerable report image vulnerability is the one of T2P of Operation Ghost Threat. And here is the more detail about damage. And stolen documents were 1 terabyte, almost 1 terabyte, and 42,000 documents. 140,000 pieces of 27 companies were infected. The one of victim companies was Hanjin Group of leakage, such as Korean Airline. And so, blueprint of jet airplane, jet airline is leaked. And also many other confidential things are leaked as well. And other victim companies were 17 SK Group of leakage and KT. KT is the one of major, very, very big telecommunication company in South Korea. They are all conglomerates and very, very important in South Korea. Here's the most recent incident we call Benex ATM. And this operation is actually started from February 2015, but actual information leakage was started from in March 2017. Target company was Chungho Cash. Maybe you don't know this company, very South Korean specific company. This company provides and manages ATMs, almost 3,000 ATM machines they own and operate. And at that time, the user vulnerability were antivirus, management server, and ATM update servers vulnerability. Here are several pictures I took during investigation. First one is the infected ATM machine. Actually, we cooperated with National Police Agency and they confiscated this machine. And the second one is the scene I took during the scene imaging the hard drive of infected ATM machine. And third one is the also infected ATM machine in front of my company. Actually, during investigation, we got the real location of infected ATM machine. And then we figured out that one of them is in front of my company. And then after having lunch, I went there with my colleague. And actually, that is my teammate, and he withdrawn his money from that ATM machine. So that means his information is leaked. And actually, he got the text message from card company. Your information was leaked, and you have to reissue your card. And so he did it. Yes, he is the one of specialists about financial security, but it was inevitable. Yeah. Here's the process flow of Benex ATM. First, attackers hacked into the ATM companies by using AV server's vulnerability. And the important thing is AV server was connected to internet. Yeah. So they can transfer files, additional malwares in this case, and then they could execute command remotely, and they try to inject additional malware to several ATMs. And by this malware, they found ATM update servers, credential, ID, and password, because it was very simple. It was kindly written in plain text as text file format. And after that, they successfully deploy malwares, additional malwares, very, very easy. It was very easy. And after gathering card information, then send it to C2 servers located in South Korea first. And then after that, they send it again to the server located in France. At this point, somebody may be curious about why 60 ATM. Because I said before, they run almost 3,000 ATMs. Why 50? I will talk more about this in the later slide. Okay, we discovered these suspicious files from compromised server, and we didn't know at all what it is. And we opened this file, and it contained these unknown strings. We didn't know at all as well. But we figured out that there is a kind of pattern with strings, and start with 1P or 1H, something like that. So we started to study IC card structure and an ATM machine. And so finally we figured out that this file is the kind of log file which records communication between IC card and ATM machine. It is for debugging to fix management software or transaction error. So when you see the slide, you can find many information: card number, card expiration date, CVV, and card password, social registration number, card issuer, and something like that. Every information which criminal wants, and they made a magnet card with this information, and also they sold this information to Chinese black market. They earned a lot of money with this. If information includes password, its price is almost 200, 300, something like that. But if it is information without password, its price is only $1 or $2. But in this case, it contains hard password, so its price is very high. Okay, next is TTP. First, tactics. They analyze target very hard. Basically, they get target information from social network service, such as LinkedIn or Facebook. They identify the target IT infrastructure as well. Actually, last year, we investigated Andariel's information collection server. And we found many documents written with these fonts: KP Charlima, KP Cheongbo, KP Gwangmyeong. Have you ever heard about this font? This is the default font of Red Star OS. Red Star OS is the North Korean operating system developed based on Linux. And so it was a very interesting part. And then they select attack targets based on the information attackers have learned or identified vulnerability targets into infrastructure. After that, the malware file name is selected as the executor file name of the software used in the target. After successful internal penetration, they continuously infiltrate by injecting, by using RAT or keylogger, etc. And they finally steal internal confidential documents or destroy internal infrastructure. But I think these days they prefer to steal information continuously until we detect, rather than disruptive behavior. Yes. Okay, technologies. Andariel uses numerous stealthy vulnerabilities such as ActiveX vulnerability and vulnerability of corporate internal security solutions. As I mentioned before, they only use South Korean security solutions vulnerability, and SME vulnerability for lateral movement, and web dev vulnerability. Recently, also Andariel used this vulnerability very often. Core malwares, very important malwares are packed with Domida or VMP to interrupt analysis. After controlling over targets internal network, reverse tunneling is mainly used, and commercial VPN service is used for IP concealment. But sometimes actual IPs were exposed due to the VPN software error, as shown in the slide. There is a North Korean IP string we found in the compromised server, RDP log. And in Windows environment, they sometimes add an account for attack, such as SQL admin, SQL master, and etc. And then they use remote desktop protocol. Okay. Procedure is nothing special. Intelligence gathering and initial exploitation. After these steps, they gather more internal data and then transfer this data to CNC server and then destroy internal infrastructure or maintain persistence. Next one is most important part in today's talk, I think, malware profiling results. Here is interesting statistics. I extracted sample build time from many samples treated by Andariel, maybe 1,000 or 1,500. And I extracted build time of samples and then adjust time zone from UTC to KST, Korea Standard Time. And I made this graph. When you see the graph from 9 to 12, each most amount of malware was built in this time period. And then after 12 to 1 p.m., its rate is decreased rapidly. Maybe I think it's for delicious lunch. And then after 1 p.m. to 5 p.m., it increased again, like as much as morning. And then from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m., maybe this time is for dinner. Yeah, it's all these things are my assumption. Yes, I made this graph just for fun, but also we have to consider and think about the possibility that the build time is forged. But it seems still makes sense, I think. And I think their working time is not that different with South Korean people. And after analyze several malwares, many malwares, and almost every malware contains Korean language code in each resource. And it means that highly likely attackers are Korean speakers or they target Korean speakers. Right malware classification is like this, and there's many types. And we classified these samples as their functionalities, and I'm going to tell you more about this in the later slides. Here is the main part of malware profiling. Andariel uses several transform methods. It is string encoding or decoding methods, and I named it as these code characteristics such as XOR, FE, F, subs. This is the XOR transform. It can be used both of encoding or decoding. In the code, variable V5, V6, V11, and result is the XOR keys. Yeah. And then you can see the same XOR key set is used in different operations. From left, this is from ghost threat operation, and right one is from desert wolf operation. Okay. 1 minute left, I will go fast. Okay. This shows the relationships of XOR key usage, sharing. Okay, this is FE transform. You can see the 0x, 1x3 in the code. So I named it like this. And also you can see the code similarity. From left to right, ghost threat, desert wolf, Maiden operation. These operations use same FE transform. And this is the famous S transform. It's also mentioned in Operation Blockbuster report. And this is subs transform. This transform uses character substitution table. And output string is sometimes sent to XOR transform to get plain text. This is the substitution table. And I'm going to tell you about RAT programs. This one is RAT server type A. It connects with RAT client type A. And it can execute CMD command and onload files and clear the log window. Its functionality is not that advanced. And if this malware is terminated, then the string master kill will be loaded in the log file. The file name is agent.log. And this is client type A. Of course, it connects to RAT server type A. And when this malware is activated, it sends computer name, file stars, and username extracted from victim PC. It will send to the server. Interesting part is this one. Andariel uses many open source RAT which can be found in GitHub, like Arian, Extreme RAT, and Ghost RAT, and so on. And we found several RAT source codes from compromised server as well. You can see the GitHub URL on the right side. And this one is also used RAT by Andariel. And we found this in Ghost RAT operation and also in VanX 18 operation. Actually, menu name was customized. Maybe you cannot read what it means, but it's all these things are Korean. And actually, South Korea people know what it means, but never use in common. Okay. Of course, there is also open source RAT, FBI RAT, and Extreme RAT. They also use many exploit tools, AV vulnerability, and security solutions. And this is ActiveX vulnerability. It's the big problem of in South Korea. In this case, this script is only activated if accessed from specific IP range. This IP can be a bank, government, or heavy industry, anything they want to try to infiltrate. And this is also the we found from compromised server, web dev attack payload. And this is my favorite one. They always use the same web shell, and also the password is same. I am both or you're bad. Yes. When I first uploaded on my local server, this now found page was appeared. So I thought that I misconfigured with permission or something like that. But it was fake, and when you hit the tag key once, the input form to input password will be appeared. Yeah, also we found this web shell from several operations. Left one is Ghost RAT operation, right one is VanX 18 operation. Yeah, password was same. In conclusion, threat groups continue to research vulnerabilities and also attack to gain a foothold. And the recent attacks are mainly aimed at economic benefit. And in particular, the financial sector is a major target for many threat groups. And also they run cryptocurrency miners after controlling over PCs inside financial companies. And also these days they don't hack into the server, legitimate server. They just buy hosting servers by using Bitcoin. They have a lot of Bitcoin, I think. And information on a variety of threat groups such as Blue North, Lazarus, and Andariel should be shared, I think. It's all I prepared today. Thanks for listening.
Thank you, Kyoung-Ju. Appreciate it.